Hey, welcome once again to Radio 22's Talk 22, hosted by your boy, Mizzle Jizzle. And I'm here again after that. Man, we had some really tough but meaningful conversations that needed to happen. It was tough giving those conversations, but it is necessary. And we talked a lot about race and racism in America, but that's where we at right now. But I want to turn the page. Not that we off that, but at the same time, we more than that. So I'm gonna talk about something a little different this time. I'm gonna make it a little bit more lighthearted this time. Today's episode will be about overrated rappers. There's been a lot of conversation that there's a lot of overrated rappers out there in the industry. They've been getting claim to fame, but we're gonna talk about it. So today I have with me some of my guests are here. These are some people that I kind of respect in the music industry as well, locally here in the Wisconsin area. So I'm gonna start off. My first guest today is Ira Dash, and I have also on the show Eikon Verse, as well as my sidekick, always here for us, Dash D.U.B. He's also going to be here addressing all your comments that you leave. We're going to leave it in a live format. So any comments you want to drop, you drop that. We'll be answering back to you in a live format. So starting off with that, one of my first guests on the first show was the homie Jay Chin. And he actually asked an interesting question to me that I kind of got inspired to do this show. And the initial question that he asked was, is Andre 3000 an overrated rapper? A lot of people put him in the top 5, and he's never had an album. I mean, he done stuff with Outkast, but he's never had like any solo projects. So, you know, I know Eminem put him out there as his top 5, but what do you think? I'm gonna start off with the homie Ira Dash. Can you tell him, what do you think?
Honestly, just to be real, I think he's right exactly where he is. I don't think he's overrated at all. I think he's as advertised, as as ranked, in a lot of people's eyes. I personally wouldn't go top 5, but I can see why others go top 5. He's literally one of the first artists to come out of Atlanta in terms of hip hop. So, I mean, when you look at it from that perspective and the era he came up in, he had no choice but to be lyrical. He had no choice but to come with true content. I mean, you see it with Aquemini, you see it with every album, how he comes, but I don't think he's overrated at all. I just think he's right where he is. But I do, although you say he did Outkast stuff, I do believe though The Love Below was a solo album. Big Boy had his album, and Andre decided to have his album. And the dope thing about it was both of them were able to make it an Outkast album. But if he really wanted to, he could have made that an album by itself. And really it was the number, Hey Y'all was actually the number 1 song in 2004, when it came out. So had he actually came out solo with that, he probably still would have did good. So that's where I'm at with it.
Okay. Eikon Verse, do you agree? Is he a top rapper?
I feel like he is a top rapper, top 5. I don't have him in that. Maybe top 10, maybe right outside the top 10. I think that he's lyrically gifted. I won't take that from him. But in terms of how can I say it, connectivity with him, for me to be able to say like I can connect to all of his lyrics, his words, everything like that, me personally, that's not the case. I respect him as a lyricist, but I didn't grow up bumping him. And as a young man and as an older man, I'm not bumping him now either. I mean, I do respect his grind. I know he's good. I know he's talented, lyrically and everything like that. But I can't put him in it if I ain't never bumped him. I ain't never bumped him. I mean, as a group and everything like that, yeah, I thought they were always dope. I kind of put them in like that acquired taste category with like Busta Rhymes and Ludacris and artists like that. There wasn't nobody I was just riding around in my car with banging or anything like that. Nah. So I think he is talented, but not in no top 10. No.
Okay. Dash D.U.B, do you agree?
It looks like Ira got a rebuttal, but I'll try to keep mine short.
We'll get to that.
I will put him in top 15. Probably in the top 15.
Okay.
I'd really have to count that out, but I believe it's in the top 15, top 20. I'll put it there. Here's what I'm going to compare it to. For people that saw my episode, you know, the episode one we had for Talk 22, and we was talking about The Last Dance, he falls in that Steph Curry spot for me. It's like, yo, he can do some incredible stuff you may not have seen and stuff that's going to wow you, but yo, I need like consistency over time.
Right.
That's what I need. And what an album does show, even though albums have fallen out of favor, and that's not the thing now, it's singles. But when he came up during the era of albums where albums held weight. Right. And without him having that solo album to say like, yeah, that's better than Homies Me Against the World, or It's Hot, or It's Dark and Hell Is Hot.
I agree.
I throw in Scarface. I throw in The Diary. There's a bunch of albums. I'm like, these are signature albums.
He hasn't had any project that's bigger than Get Rich or Die Trying.
Now,
that's not knocking him, saying that he's not a better artist than him, but you can't put him in the top if he hasn't done what they've done. Like,
no, and I in terms of that, you're right. In terms, because he really didn't drop a true solo album. So in terms of that, you are correct. And that's actually something great to point out, because back then albums were important. So and it was the standard. So in terms of that, you can't really compare him to the artist who has like a DMX who dropped 2 albums in 1 year, and both of them went platinum. You know, like we can't do that. We can only keep him in a box of Outkast because that's what he chose to create, really.
Right. And Outkast is phenomenal. Like if you were arguing Outkast as best group ever, at the minimal top 5 group ever, yo, I'm right with you as a group. But that
I'm right with you at like top 3.
It was a solo. So if I'm saying solo, it's like, yo, can I give Steph Curry all that credit when Durant came? No, I can't, because he wasn't the best on the squad no more. like no slight against him, because he's a bad boy. That brother is doing things that, you know, we haven't seen in the way that he's doing it. But yo, when homie comes over and you're not the top on your squad, I can't give you that same type of credit. As if you were leading the squad. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That sound like
right there.
It sounds like you saying Andre ain't leading the squad.
Yo, don't sleep on Big Boy. But I think it's the combination though. It's the combination.
Okay.
They do different things. And I will say Andre is the better lyricist. I personally, to me, bar for bar. But what works well is them working together. And that's on both sides. When Big Boy goes solo or Andre goes solo, it ain't the type of things that we get when they together and they working off each other.
Sure isn't. And actually, you know, I'm gonna just say this, and you know, because this is something I always been thinking, because you know, just going back and just consciously, thoroughly listening to these albums, Big Boy really got that work when it comes to the pen, man. Like, I think people really sleep on that a lot, man. You listen to Miss Jackson, you listen to International Players Anthem, man. His bars on there are really legit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just got cold bars, man. I think and you know, only two Andre 3000's marketing, man. The way he switched his brand up, just as him as the artist, as Andre 3000, the way he switched his clothing, everything like that, man. I think all of that clouded Big Boy's, you know, talent for real. He's never really brought up as much as Andre, but to me, he's really right there with him lyrically.
All right, so everybody feel free to leave your comments on what you also believe out you there in the public. We will also address that as we go. I'm gonna move on to the next question. Eikon Verse, since we're talking about Southern rappers, is T.I really the king of the South?
It
He
depends
the king of
on
Southern rap to you?
that's hard for me to say because I feel like he didn't pave the way for the South, but he definitely paved the way for Atlanta. Like it's hard to put him over Scarface and what Scarface has done. You know what Master P did. You know what I'm saying? Like he the king of the South when it comes for rapping, like as a rapper, but not as an overall brand, as an entertainer and etc. No, I'm not putting him up there. Like P did astronomical things. Lil Wayne did astronomical things. Like I can't put him over Lil Wayne. Like that don't even sound right to me. Like no, he could be the king of he could be the king of Atlanta with like but he'll have a hard time in doing it in just Atlanta. Like remember when Ludacris killed him? Even though he's bigger than Ludacris, but Ludacris killed him, like tore him up, man. And then
Ludacris,
you gotta figure like cats like what's doing that Jeezy Gucci, like they good, bro. They put artists on. You know what I'm saying? Like Gucci put a lot of artists on, man, and like it's some cold cats there, man. Thug it, like, bro, the list go on. That's people who are still working till this day. See, I ain't really doing nothing no more, like outside of like reality TV and shows and all stuff like that. Like I don't look at them like that. And I never was that huge of a fan. I'm a fan, but never was that huge of a fan. Like when he was out, it was all about Cash Money and Lil Wayne at that time. So he good though. He's not the king.
Dash D.U.B, is Tip the king of the South to you or what?
Rubber Band Man. I love Rubber Band Man. And he kind of like the he's almost like the godfather kind of the South now, because when you start showing up to press conferences and shout out Killer Mike too, with the mayor, I'm like, yo, you like the go-to now. I'm like, yo, I don't know any other city that's inviting rappers to the press conference. With all that being said, no, I no. Like I got a lot of love for the brother. I really do. And he's a huge Pac fan. That goes a long way with me. But King of the South, I can't go there. I mean, the first place my mind goes is Outkast.
Right.
The cats we just talked about. From the standpoint of creativity, from the standpoint if you want to get into the business lane, if you're talking about sales, I mean, the staple that Outkast had made, it is just incredible. And then who was mentioned before, I'm a huge Scarface fan. I mean, back from Ghetto Boys to the solo album. I mean, yo, The Diary, I've been listening to that all week. Yo, that's like top 10, like top 10 album ever. That joint is so dope. And every time I play it, even now, I'm like, man, this brother Scarface.
Right.
Look, Dub. And even on that note, Jay Prince, if we really talking, but we really just talking about from an artist standpoint.
Right.
If the question is anything further than this Jay Prince, he's over P and everybody.
Right. No, I can't disagree.
I guess
with that.
I mean, in terms of rap, is he the king?
Okay.
So
I still can't go there. Still can't go there. There's yeah. I mean, and you can make, like you said with P, I mean, if you're coming from an economical indie before it was cool to be indie, you gotta give that
Ice
brother
Cream
credit
Man
as well.
That's what I'm saying, man.
He was the indie when
they
it wasn't
sleeping
cool.
on P.
For real.
Okay. Well, all right. So Ira Dash.
Man.
Is Tip the king?
Hey, look. To be real with you, some parts of me, big parts of me say yes. And I'm a really just tell you why. And I'm not saying over anybody. I'm really just talking about in the time that he was dropping, like from trap music to, you know, really up until like Paper Trail for real. Like, you know, let's just like from 03 to 08, he really had a run, you know, like, and he really held, and let's be real, Atlanta was the South in terms of music at that time that he dropped.
It was.
So if he's the king of that, then he's the king of the South, you know, at that time. But, you know, my favorite rapper was Ludacris. I'm just being a realist, you know, because let's not sleep right quick. You know, like Ludacris really was a monster when he dropped. You know, if you talk about hits, now I think Tip had better albums, you know, but Luda had those singles to where you could arguably say he's the king of the South because he was one of the pioneers that paved the way before Tip did. But in terms of Tip, yeah, I do think he's the king of the South. I mean, you got to think about trap music. You have to really think about Urban Legend, which really spoke to my life. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I don't think albums like Carter 2 was better than Urban Legend. You get what I'm saying? Or like, I don't think like Carter 1 was better than trap music, to be real. Like I mean, when you break it down track to track, you know, when you listen to them thoroughly, like as a whole, I just don't think those albums held more weight. But even when Wayne was dropping like the Carter 3, like Tip was still dropping. Like he came out with Paper Trail that year. So I mean, like that's a strong album. You know, like, so I don't know. I just think I'm not gonna say he was the king of the South over anybody, but when he was saying it, he bagged it up well. I'm gonna just say it like that. He bagged it up completely well when he was saying he was the king of the South. I mean, because who was really making better albums than him at the time? Consistently from the South.
This is true. So what? Once again, leave your comments down low. And let us know what you feel. Is T.I. really the king of the South, or what do you feel? You let us know. I'm gonna move on to the next question here. I'm gonna go back to Eikon Verse. Is Eminem? A lot of people say that he's one of the top rappers in the game. Definitely, he came in as the hottest white boy in the game. Is Eminem in rap's Mount Rushmore to you? Would you put him up there?
He is, I'm going to say, people a lot of numbers don't. And at the end of the day, you got to respect it. But he's not in my Mount Rushmore. But and in the industry eyes, I think he is. I think he is in the industry eyes because he has the body of work to represent it. He's got more albums than almost everybody. And few flops, in my opinion.
Facts.
But he's been consistent throughout the years. And there was a time where he just ran the industry. And now, granted, because he's of Caucasian descent, that may have played a role into that because we hadn't heard anybody like him that came out that hard. He was definitely somebody who proved to be instrumental in the game. But the reason why he's not in my top 5 is because where I'm from, he doesn't do anything for the culture of rap music. Like, I didn't follow him as an artist growing up. Like, he was always that person that was like, oh, listen to this bar that Eminem said, and then that's it for me. It was nothing like I was like, oh, I'm ready to put in Eminem and I'm gonna, bump him all day, every day. And, like he was dope and still is, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he's not in my Mount Rushmore, but I know he is, as far as probably towards the industry, he probably is on Mount Rushmore. I don't know. I just can't put him over some of the artists that are dear to my heart. So I can't.
Okay. Now I agree. We also see Eminem's out there beasting with these bars a lot of times. And he gets a lot of credit for that. So Ira Dash.
But it's like bars, he's spitting bars, but it's not, I don't feel like the content is there. Like anybody can make a funny song and spit a bunch of bars lyrically, but the content of feeling him as an artist, I don't see it. I don't feel it. What you think, bro?
Because of his street element, huh? Okay, so Ira, that's where we're going. Same question to you.
Okay.
Is Eminem on your Mount Rushmore or not on your? Do you believe he should be on the Mount Rushmore of rap?
If we can extend heads, yeah. like because I do love him, man. Like, bro is like and the reason, honestly, I'm gonna just say yeah, flat out. But this is the reason why he came up in the coldest era of hip hop history. You get what I'm saying? Like, and he held his own in that era. You get what I'm saying? Like, if he wasn't able to hold his own in that era, then you like, all right. But but not only that though, and this is what I actually just realized probably like a year ago. Dude really produces music. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, to me, he has to be on my, like, he's a producer rapper, and not everybody, that's sneezed upon when it comes to Eminem. Nobody's really thinking about that. I didn't even think about that until I started looking at credits and shit on Tidal. Like, so to me, in terms of that creativity, yes, he should be on Mount Rushmore. Is he on mine? Truth be told, man, no, but he's definitely like in my top 10 rappers of all time, though. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Only because, if you do listen, the real content, like the conscious content behind his music, when you listen to like Eminem show, when he got Clean Out My Closet, even stuff prior to that, like in the 90s when he had the Slim Shady LP, he had a lot of, a lot of content really that played to his life. Like, I think he just found a way to creatively bring that to hip hop. He did grow up in Detroit. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's not like he grew up in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he was able to take his real life experience, which really was our real life experience considering where he grew up, you get what I'm saying, and still find a way to, make it relate. It was cool. But I will say this just for the record. People always say this about this Renegade record. He actually produced that record, and I didn't know that at first. But I do agree with Eikon Verse when it comes when you're talking content, because I always tell people Jay got off harder than him on Renegade, and everybody swear M got off harder. But the reason why I say Jay got off harder because of his content. His content was something I can actually relate to. You get what I'm saying? Like, M was actually talking about the media and how they're slandering him. Like, we can't relate to that on 19th.
Sonny Bono hitting trees and crap.
We can't relate to that growing up on 10th and Capitol, bro. You know what I'm saying? But we can relate to, growing up with mom being in the crib, no pops, you know what I'm saying, probably having to be in the streets. We can probably relate to stuff like that. So in terms of Renegade, I always thought he had the better flow. But if everybody say M got off harder, I mean, of course, he produced the record. It's his record, really.
Dash D.U.B. Nas was also one of the people that said that too, but they were in a battle. But Dash D.U.B., do you believe that Eminem should be mounted on to rap's Mount Rushmore?
I mean, I hate to sound like a broken record, but to rap's Mount Rushmore, yeah. There's few people that want to get in a battle with this man, and he's shown many reasons why you may not want to take that fight. To Ira's point, like, yo, he did
Nick
come
Cannon
up
want all the smoke.
What's that?
I said Nick Cannon wants all the smoke.
MGK wanted some smoke too.
Right.
He did come up in an era where it was competitive, and held his own. And I've had this debate on radio shows where I forgot who we were comparing them to, but we were like, I always break down people's albums, and I'm like, yo, I can only play like 5 or 4 joints off this. It ain't better than this one. Like his first 3 albums, like, yo, it was like 5, 6 deep on the first 3.
Sure.
Now I can't say that off of, after that there's been some hit or misses, but I mean, yo, any MC that has 3, possibly 4 strong albums back in the time, for the young people watching, back in the time was albums was what it was. I mean, yo, you got to be holding your own. On top of that, like I said, people didn't want to go up against you when it came to that battle. because of the way, because the way of your delivery and the way you was twisting words and making things rhyme that had no business rhyming. I mean, yo, he's on another level when it comes to sparsing them words and that delivery and those rhymes, man. He's on another level. So to that, on Rap's Mount Rushmore, yes. But similar to what the brothers just said, on my Mount Rushmore, nah, because just because he's not a dude that I'm like, I'm in the car and I'm like, yo, put in that M. That's just not what happens. And it's like, not to be disrespectful, but that's not the vibe for me.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, yeah, throw on that Biggie, yo, throw on that Pac, yo, let me hear that X. Like, yo, let me hear that Nas. Like,
don't get it twisted though. Don't get it twisted though. I will listen to some M though. Don't get it twisted. But he's not my first choice. He's not like my first choice to play. You get what I'm saying? Like, he
may not be my top 10 choice to play. It's just the vibe.
Oh, right. Okay. I feel that.
If it's battle, if it's like battle rap, like, yo, like I want to hear it and I want to hear it right away.
Right. Facts.
But if it's like a song, yo, it like I feel I'll wait. And not saying that he don't have stuff that catches me, because he has some stuff that's caught me and I'm like, yo, I'm playing this over and over. But now that I've had time, I'm trying to like reevaluate, like, yo, how do I really stand with some of these MCs after all this time has occurred after their last release or whatever. I'm trying to see who on my Spotify do I go back and I like still get that feeling. And he's like one of them cats that on occasion I'll play, but like, yo, he don't get, if you look at my Spotify plays from last year, yo, he going to be in the bottom. And I stay on that classic hip hop.
Okay. I feel you.
So I'm going to go back to you, Dash D.U.B. Speaking of people who also gave him the props off of that Renegade album, Nasty Nas, and I'm pretty sure from knowing you for as many years as I've known you, I'm pretty sure I know where you're going to go with this, but I'm going to still throw out the question.
Right.
Is Nasty Nas really a top 5 MC out there?
Oh my God, you asking this?
There's some really young people out there that don't believe that he is, so the controversial question.
Yo. Let me sink into this one, all right? Yo, I'm gonna put it to you like this just to start off. Damn near 95% of the industry don't have a better album than Illmatic, #1. That is one of the greatest albums of all time, front to back. You talking lyrics, you talking production. Yo, the whole thing was ill. And this came before Big, before Pac was popping, before M, before X. Illmatic, I put Illmatic up against almost anything out there, top 5 album, #1. #2, most of y'all sleep when it was written. It was written was no joke. I don't know why y'all sleeping on that
was
joint.
So hard.
That hit so hard. You got, oh my God. Ooh, I gave you power. Yo, the joint where he's talking like the gun before other people did that.
Oh my God.
Dre got production on there. Like Lauryn Hill, I Ruled the World. Like people sleep on the second joint like it even wasn't that hot.
Right.
Yo, I'm telling you, yo, first 3 albums, crazy. And people that sleep on Nostradamus, that beat, every time that beat hits you, crazy. Yo, brother got the storytelling. Yo, brother keeps it real. Brother got the lyricism. Yo, if I were to say there's one detraction from Nas, I don't think he always picks the right beat sometimes. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be real about it. I think sometimes he's hit or miss.
Yep.
Especially with the last joint that came out with Kanye. I didn't really like that one that much. And I thought Kanye and him linking that would be super dope. But I'm like, it was, to me, there was some hit or misses. But top 5 for me, yo, in the era that he was doing it, he was coming after Rakim. And then as Big was coming up, as Pac was coming up, as X was doing his thing, like, yo, that's some of the most competitive time in hip hop ever. And he held his own like a king. Godson. I'm done.
I'm gonna go from Dash to Dash. Ira Dash.
Man.
You believe that Mr. Nostradamus is a top 5 MC?
Man, I'm gonna just get straight to the answer, and that's yes. He is a top 5 MC, man. Like, and that's arguably You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody will put him in this top 5.
Right.
But, not everybody knows the history of hip hop, especially timeline. So, and I go strictly off timeline. And I know hip hop really, really, really got popping in the late 80s. When Big Daddy Kane and Rakim came through with the lyricism and the storytelling. So, honestly, yes. And simply because of what Dash was saying, Illmatic, man. A fact about that album is it was really one of the first albums that had multiple producers on it.
Right.
So that's what really brought that flavor. That's what brought that man flow out. And it was just crazy content on there, man. For it to have just only 10 records on there, how strong it was. You know what I'm saying? The frenzy, it got New York in. And he won Lyricist of the Year because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Big was in that category. So that just goes to show like how strong, what I'm saying, his content is. So to me, yes, but I just also want to just say this too, man. Like, yes, It Was Written was fire. Stillmatic though. When people thought he was done, listen. Now I'm not saying Ether was better than Takeover because I don't think that, but I'm just saying the fact that he persevered through the storm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and came out with Stillmatic. Man, like. Longevity, man. Like, and then not only that, Life Is Good. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, every album the man has dropped has been strong. So it's just like from 91 to now, yeah, he definitely should be top 5 MC because not many came before him that was really better than him. For real. Let's be real.
Okay. He said not many came before him. But Eikon Verse, you listen to young people out there like the homie Lonzo Ball. I think he said on a podcast, The Big Boys Neighborhood, he talked about it, and he said that he believed young rappers of today, like Future, he felt is a better rapper. So I guess I'm gonna put it out to you. Is Nas a top 5 MC? Because, of all time, not just back in the 80s, not in the 90s, but of all time. You feel like Eikon, you feel like Nas is that dude.
Yeah, he'll top. He top 5. He's not in my top 5, but he top 5. His accomplishments, things that he's done, all of that, he's top 5 for sure. Just not mine. I'm a late bloomer when it comes to Nas, man. I won't lie to you. My brothers, they get on me. We have this argument all the time here in the studio, like because I'm the one that I didn't bump dude. Like, and again, it's crazy. Like, who did you bump? Like, I didn't bump him. I didn't bump him. No, I didn't bump him. I didn't bump Wu-Tang. I didn't bump that. I'm from Milwaukee. I'm from the Midwest, and I know that Philly. Dash.
I didn't
from Philly,
bump too much Wu-Tang either, though.
No, bro. Dash from Philly, so he I understand why he would say that, but for me, like out here growing up, it was all about. It started off with NWA, and then it went to Tupac and Biggie had Dash as a Biggie, and then it was Master P came out, and then it was the Hot Boys, and then it was 50 Cent and Eminem, and it's like I didn't have that time to latch on to do. So I'm just now processing him and catching on to him and listening to his albums. I downloaded all his albums maybe like 2-3 weeks ago, and
Nas.
Yeah, seriously, bro. I just listened to
What did you think, bro? What did you think?
I think he dope. But I feel like I can't have the same respect and honor to it that a lot of other people had because they lived in the moment with him.
Right.
And I'm going back and I'm listening to him now, and it's like, yeah, he dope, but at that time I was listening to DMX. So like, yeah. And at that time I was listening to Pac. And at that time I was listening to, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can't, I hear him, I hear what he's saying and everything like that. But as a kid growing up, I wasn't listening to him. So, so I don't know, man. I that's not a knock against him or anything like that, because I know what he means to the game. I know what he's brought to the culture. I know everything that he has to offer. But I'd be sitting here telling a bald-faced lie if I said I felt like he was in top 5, but I know I didn't bump him. So I can't. Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, let me slip this in though. Let me slip this in though. Yo, Nas was the transition from Rakim. At that time, Rakim was number one. He was the king.
Yeah.
He was the undisputed king. Some people may argue Kane. Kane was right there with him, but most people say Rakim. The transition happened on Illmatic. When Nas came out with Illmatic, that was the slow transition of the crown. Before Big came out with Ready to Die, he was hoping his joint was as good as Illmatic.
And do you know, I ain't gonna lie, it was strong though.
It was.
But that was strong.
But that's the kind of cachet that Nas had, and just the hoopla that was around Illmatic. Like when other MCs was coming out, they're like.
But you gotta think about it. Like when Nas was out here, I was a teenager damn near when he was rapping and everything like that. And as teenagers, we wild, we in the streets. Where I'm from, we hanging out and everything like that. Bro was preaching, and we weren't trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the truth. And then and then when it came down to it, like at the time, I didn't feel like he was the best in his own city. Like, he ethered Jay, but I still felt like Takeover and Jay and everything that he did. And look who Jay became today. And I've always been a bigger Jay fan than him. Like I'm a diehard Jay-Z. I'm a diehard Jay-Z fan.
Me as well.
Diehard.
Nah, I can't go there.
Like, me as well.
I feel you. Like
I'm with you, Eikon Verse.
I feel you, bro. But I'm a diehard Jay-Z fan, man. So it's like I could when it was like almost like most people when they say Tupac and Biggie, people pick sides. And when it was like Nas and Jay, people pick sides. And I picked Jay's side because he was more marketable. He was in your face all the time. He was on the radio all the time. Like Nas didn't have a whole lot of videos. His videos weren't flashy. His videos were just like, he was kind of fucking boring, bro.
He's killing me right now.
He was boring, bro. And not only was he, bro, his beats were trash. Most
Hey, Eikon Verse, to your point, bro. To your point, after Ether, because I ain't gonna lie, I really do think Takeover was fire.
Yeah.
And after Ether came out, I swear to you, Blueprint 2 was fire.
It was.
If you go listen to that, I'm telling you, man, that's why you're right. That's why I was a bigger Jay fan, because Jay was dropping the same way he was dropping in the 90s, in which I feel kind of the opposite that you do, Eikon Verse. Like I kind of clinged on to the Jay like early 2000s. I'm a 92 baby, so like early 2000s, that's when I really clinged on to Jay. But as I got older, I went back and listened to 90s Jay from like volume 1 to 3. I'm like, bro was hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like he was hungry, man. Like that's why I think Jay is a way better rapper than Nas, because he was more consistent than Nas. You get what I'm saying? He was just way more of a consistent rapper, and he was strong. He was a strong rapper.
Yeah,
he wasn't sweet out here.
I know that hurt, Dub. I know that hurt, man. But you know,
Jay a better rapper.
People lie, numbers don't, man.
Yeah.
People lie, numbers don't.
Yeah.
Man. At the end of the day, Jay is the head, the main head.
He was still on Hawaiian Soapy fame when Nas was coming and taking heads. That brother was not ready when Nas came out.
Man,
not ready. He wasn't even in the same league.
Nas,
that brother couldn't enter the ring with Nas at that time.
He disrespected Nas, man. He killed him lyrically. Then told him,
I'd take Ether over Takeover all day.
Then told him I'm a sign.
Never.
I'd take Ether over Takeover all day.
And you know why they started beefing? I heard. Because Jay asked him to come to a studio session and bro shunned him. So it's just like, what you hating about, bro?
Jay left his babies in his car seat.
Wow. Okay, that take a turn. This definitely took a turn.
Yo, get up off my mans and them. This
definitely took a turn.
And then he signed a missile. He signed a missile.
Yeah.
I have the same argument with Shaw all the time. Shaw would be right with you. Yo, we'll say that for another day. We'll rehash.
All right. Going along with that same questioning, I'm going to ask the next question. I'm going to Dash D.U.B on this.
Yo,
is the Notorious B.I.G. the king of the East?
Whew. Come on, man.
Of all time. The same way we talked about T.I. being the king of the South.
King of the East, king of New York.
Is he the king of the East?
I can't do it. I can't do it. No,
Oh
no, can't do it. Can't do it. Why?
You have a rebuttal for who would be?
It ain't Jay. It for sure ain't Jay, but it ain't Big neither. I don't know who it is. I gotta think about that.
LL? You gonna say LL, bro?
But here's why I wouldn't say Big.
Okay.
Okay. So 2 albums dope. I mean, yo, if he was in the finals, he probably won both final series. I mean, we're Ready to Die and Life After Death. I will give him that. I think they're both dope. I like Ready to Die a little bit more. It's a little bit more street, a little bit more anger. I like that more than the Life After Death. It got a little fluffy in some spots. But I'll take Ready to Die. Why I would say that? Too short. I would say his time in the game it was too short for me to take his 2 album catalog. And yes, even though I'm saying I like Nas more than Jay, I respect Jay, and Jay is dope. To put his 2 albums against Jay's catalog and where he is today as the Mongol that he is, and against Nas's catalog as well, even though these 2 brothers may not agree with me. But yo, if we take an album for album, Illmatic will definitely cancel out whichever big album you think is the best. I don't care if you say Ready to Die or Life After Death. Illmatic will cancel one of those out. And I think there's going to be a second album that I can find that's as good as the second one. That's me. But I'm an East Coast head. I'm not a Midwest kid. I've been in the Midwest for a while, but I'm an East Coast head. So all that Philly stuff, all that New York stuff, that was all day, every day. I live, I die with it. A lot of people throw in AZ too. I don't even know if y'all even know about AZ.
AZ nice.
Not King
AZ
of New
got
York.
flavor.
But no, not King of New York.
Yeah,
not King of New York. But a lot of people say AZ is even better than Nas. But no, I wouldn't call him the King of New York. I wouldn't do it. And then I'd have to think about Rakim too. So no, I wouldn't do that. Okay. Rakim was the undisputed king. Big was never the undisputed king.
Oh my God.
Nope.
All right. I feel like Ira Dash has a rebuttal, so I'm gonna come to him next.
Yo,
I'm gonna say a lot of people put him in the top 2, the Notorious B.I.G. of raps, the GOAT talk. Are you gonna say that the Notorious B.I.G. is a king of the East? Does he wear that crown?
Man, he definitely wears
God.
He's the greatest rapper of all time. You have to understand me. Like, he is the greatest rapper of all time. Like, first of all, I'm just gonna give you a backstory. Growing up, man, I always heard this thing like, Pac better than Big, Pac better than Big. This is the narrative. And as I got older and I started consciously listening to Big, I swear to you, it blew my mind. I've never heard anybody flow like that. I have not heard anybody tell stories like that. I have not heard anybody spit naturally the way Big does. I just don't, you would never find anybody that can duplicate what this man does. You can find a few people that sound like Jay-Z. You can find a few people that sound like Nas. You can find a few people that sound like Rakim, whoever. You can never find anybody that can sound like the Notorious B.I.G. And to correct you, Doug, Big came out with 3 albums. 3 albums.
One after he died, though. He didn't come out with it. Diddy did to make some money. That ain't his album. That's Diddy's album.
Listen. Life After Death was a double album.
Yep.
Counted for 2 albums, technically.
Yep.
So for me, and at the time, Pac actually was the first rapper to come out with a double album with All Eyes on Me.
Yep.
And honestly, that album has no comparison to Life After Death as a double album.
Nope.
From
we
features,
will go there.
Listen,
we will go there.
From features, Big had better features. If you break down the features, Big had better. Come on, man. Wake Up Car. Them features on there, bro. I'm laughing at those features on there, man.
The dopest one was Bone. Bone was the dopest one.
On Life After Death?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one goes hard. Notorious Thugs? That one goes hard.
Yeah. I just think the whole album goes hard, man. Like from how it started, and it's really like a movie. You can see the stories he's telling. You can really see the stories he's telling, and I have not heard anything like that since he died.
Well, since he died, no, but I can name some stuff before he died. That would play like a movie like that.
He's the greatest rapper of all time.
We'll go there. Eikon Verse.
What you got, homie? What you finna say?
Is he the king of the East?
Oh, Jay-Z is. That ain't for debate.
Waiting on that.
That's not for debate. Like what? He got 2 albums.
Right, I feel you.
And if you want to give him 3, give him 3. But they are 3 of my top 5 albums ever. So hey, like he's amazing to me. But nah, bro, like Jay too cold. He did it for too many years, bro. We didn't have enough time with Biggie for him to be who he is supposed to be. Like Biggie reminds me of Tracy McGrady and Penny Hardaway. Like, damn, they showed us how great they were, and then they got injured. Like, it's like I can't. You know, like I was a diehard Penny fan growing up as a kid, and it's like, dang, he's gone. And then Tracy McGrady, and dang, he's gone. So it's like I feel the same way about Biggie. Like he was awesome, and then he's gone. Like the only reason why I'm putting Tupac over him on the list is not because I feel like Tupac is a better rapper, because he was not to me, but his catalog is extensive. Like you can't.
But like 3 of them shits is due though. 3 of them shits is due though.
Who, Tupac?
3 of them shits, yeah.
Which joints?
I was gonna say 4 of them was, but hey.
Okay.
You crazy.
Go there.
You crazy. There's only one that flopped, G. There's only one that flopped. Are you still down? And all the ones people made money off of.
Since we wanted to go there, that's going to be the next question.
Go ahead.
This will be the next question here. The next question is going to be, I'm going to start off with, I'm going to go back to Eikon. Is Tupac really the GOAT of rap?
Whew. That's heavy.
A lot of people put him at number 1.
Yes, he is. And I don't like him, but he is.
He said, I don't like him, but he is. Hey, why don't you like the homie?
Bro sound outdated to me. Like, I can't get jiggy with dude. Like, nah, bro. Like,
well, he died in 96, G.
I know that's why I'm saying, bro. Like back then he was the GOAT to me, but it's hard to put somebody like them over people who have transcended with each decade, bro. Like they've gone, so we don't know how good they would be now. So I can't put he may have been a full-blown actor now and may have not pursued rap no more. So it's like I can't say that he's like the greatest. He was the greatest in his era. You know, like,
you, bro.
But saying like he the greatest of all time, I can't say he the greatest of all time, bro. Like nobody does what Jay do. I'm sorry, I can't put him over Jay.
Is Jordan outdated?
Is who?
Is Jordan outdated?
Wasn't a Jordan fan.
Snap! This brother's coming.
Became a Jordan fan later on in my life as an adult. Wasn't a Jordan fan.
So would you say looking at him now, he's outdated in comparison to LeBron?
Jordan came out when I was born, 84. So how old? So how much did I see of Jordan until like 96? I was 12. Like come on, bro. I can't appreciate him. Not until I became an adult. When I was a kid, I liked the younger cats. I liked it Penny, Grant Hill,
T-Mac, yeah.
Those were the dudes. And Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady and like Kobe Bryant. Like I grew up with that class. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like that'll be like, you know what I'm saying Magic Johnson is the greatest. Yeah, to somebody he is. Like, and to Larry Bird, somebody he is. He ain't the greatest in my era, like not to me. I didn't watch him. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell Bob Cousy did. Like, no, bro. Like, no, bro. I feel like Tupac is the greatest in his era because of his influence on the culture. Period. Like, Biggie can out-rap circles around him all day. It don't matter. His influence on how Tupac can make everybody rise up, respect his lyrics, and cry at his death, and etc. And how Tupac had control of putting you in a mood and everything like that, and controlling you through his music. That's greatness. But he didn't do it long enough. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it goes back to for me. You know, everybody else is gonna be different. But I don't live in the past. I'm a transcendent artist. Like when I first started rapping as an artist or whatever, not to compare myself to any of them, but I rapped a certain kind of way. And as the times changed, I changed with it. We didn't get to see that evolution of him. You know what I'm saying? I got to see that of Jay. I got to see that of like who else? Like a lot of cats don't even make it through. A lot of cats don't even make it through decades, bro.
No, they don't.
Right.
That's crazy. Like literally trying to think and see, like, okay, who else survived through all the decades? It's hard because Snoop is mad corny to me. So he don't even count. Like I love him for who he is, but he mad corny. Like, so I don't know. Like, bro, like I don't know.
Okay, he touched on a lot of points for me there. But okay, Ira Dash. Yeah, I'm gonna say to you,
it's not a question. It's not a question, of course. No even reason to keep going through asking the question. It's not a question. Why is it not a question? Because
eyes on me, face looking.
Okay.
So let's look at it in this way. He got
okay. His range, go ahead, Dash.
His range of music for a lot of artists is they can't compare. To be able to go from a Dear Mama to be able to do a Hit 'Em Up, to be able to do a So Many Tears, to be able to go in different places that other MCs can't go. A lot of MCs find a lane and that's all they can do. He can go to a lot of places.
Get off money back, yo, bro.
Classic music, transcendent music. Yeah, the sounds is outdated. Yeah, people ain't using that kick and snare no more. But yo, when that stuff still hits, the message stays the same. His stuff that he spoke in 94, 95, and 96 is just as important right now, especially right now.
It is.
When people are looking for stuff, when people are looking for something to get behind, something to grab that emotion, something to fire them up, yo, they ain't playing big right now, G. Yo, we in the middle of a revolution. The world's getting turned upside down. They ain't playing big right now. Who they playing? They playing cats like Pac. They playing cats that was speaking that language. That was a man before his time. Now we just talking musically, and we know, and we talking about 10 times platinum with the All Eyes on Me. We know that Machiavelli went platinum. We know that Me Against the World went a couple times platinum as well. So it's not like he ain't got the numbers. On top of that, how's he gonna release like 6 albums after you died and cats is still buying it? Like, tell me an MC that after they die, somebody's gonna go ahead and put together 5 to 6 albums and people are still gonna buy that. Yo, Big is dope, and Big did amazing here in the United States. Pac is worldwide. Pac's impact worldwide is unlike anybody else in the game except maybe Jay. Because we had this argument before and we started looking at US numbers versus worldwide numbers. And worldwide, Jay is up there with Pac. Biggie was not even close. The third,
talk to him.
So it's like, yo, you talking about worldwide impact, people following, people still feeding for that music and still wanting to hear it, whether it's outdated or not. Yo, he may be old, he may be, 49, he just turned today, but that brother's
Happy birthday, Pop.
More relevant today than almost ever. I'm done with it.
I didn't know it was birthday.
I'm through. Oh, and you may make the argument, and Verse made the argument. Yo, I'm not trying to slight Big's delivery is incredible, and he can rap circles when it comes to bar for bar. And we had 5 categories we were evaluating cats, but bar for bar, I gave it to Big. But I'm like, yo, his storytelling and how, like you said, he can invoke that emotion in people. It leaps off of the page. It's just he's hitting you in a way that few other MCs are hitting you. It's beyond just the lyrics and the bars and how clever your flow is. That's it, what he's doing is just next level. I'll leave it at that. I'm done.
All right, quickly, I want to get to Ira Dash. I want to ask him the same question.
Man. That was beautiful, man.
It was.
That was beautiful, man.
I want to ask Ira Dash the question real quick. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna say, since we talked about the King of the East, we talked about the King of the South.
Right.
Is Snoop Dogg the King of the West?
Negative.
Ira Dash.
You asking me that?
I'm asking Ira Dash.
Okay.
And if he's not, who's the King of the West?
Nah, I wouldn't say he the king of the West, man, because truth be told, he ain't own none of his stuff. Should be. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like he had a hard album though. Doggy Style was a classic. I'm not knocking that. Bro was lyrical. And you know, in terms of that, he is skillful. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not knocking that. But so I mean, like, but if you want to talk about like longevity, I mean, you can argue that. Yes, you can't argue that. But I would just say, no, man. Like I would say either Dr. Dre is, or man, damn near Ice Cube, bro. Like I'm gonna just keep it 100. It gotta be one of them. King of the West, like it gotta be one of them. You get what I'm saying? Only because of what Ice Cube is doing, he's definitely trailblazing. Let's just keep it 100. You get what I'm saying? Like it, because if we gonna give Snoop that credit, that would be really why. You get what I'm saying? Like because of how he's trailblazing, really. But who's trailblazing harder? I think Ice Cube is.
Okay. Eikon Verse, I'm gonna go to you real quick. Is Snoop the King of the West? I think we kind of heard your answer, but can you speak on it?
But shizzle my nizzle, keep it brizzle my nizzle. No. No, bro. No.
Well,
no, he is one of my favorite rappers of all time. No cap.
Okay.
But he not on the list though, as far as the best, not the greatest out of the West Coast. Not in my opinion. I mean, I feel like Doggy Style was a great album. It was a dope album. All time great album. I'm finna insult a lot of people. I already know it. I just don't even put it over the documentary.
Ooh,
man, the documentary was so cold.
I don't.
The documentary was on point.
And it's like I'm not saying that Game better than him. He not. Well, lyrically he is, but as far as like as an artist, you know, and his meaning to the game, no, he not. But you know, and Kendrick and what everything that he's done and who he's become, man, it's so hard to do. And like he said, Ice Cube and what he's meant to the industry from a global standpoint, as an artist to entertainment and everything like that, movies, etc. Like, it's I can't put him over Ice Cube either. But then, you know, Tupac is out of the West Coast, and I know he's from New York. But Tupac he's West. So if we gotta go with anybody, if Tupac claimed West and the West claimed Tupac, we gotta say it's Tupac.
Okay, West definitely did claim Tupac. I ain't say Tupac is from the West, but they definitely claimed the man.
And that's why I gotta take the default and go with him. If I don't take the default and say Tupac, then it's crazy because E40 ain't as big as Snoop, but he's bigger than Snoop in the eyes of people in Cali. They love him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like Snoop was the commercial artist that people like, but honestly, people love Mac Dre more in Cali. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know.
Don't forget about Short Dog.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, I can't. It's too hard, bro. Yeah.
Right.
And it's crazy because the West list is not as strong as the East and the South.
Yeah, but to your point though, like you'll have to dig deeper into the West Coast music scene to really like make that call.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Snoop is definitely the most recognized, but I guess
that's what I'm saying.
Dash D.U.B, are you saying Snoop Dogg is the king of the West?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I mean, to echo what they said, yeah. I mean, Doggy Style is one of the best hip hop albums of all time. I mean, it's up there. I can't put a number on it, but it's up there. But I mean, so was the Chronic. Chronic was dope, but I wouldn't say. I would almost have to go with Cube. Cube is, to me, is like damn near the originator of the movement. And there's so much stuff that Cube did that he hasn't gotten credit for, especially when it comes to songwriting.
Come on,
and writing other people's stuff. Like Cube is just he's an all-around beast. He got storytelling, he got battle rap. I mean, he got songwriting, and he's been able to do it not with as much success in the beginning, but able to do it over a period of time. So we've seen some evolution to it. You know, it's not back in the days where, you know, with Predator and you know, Lethal Weapon and things of that, or Lethal Injection, excuse me, and things of that sort. But Cube can do it all, and it's like, man, if you're talking about somebody that really was part of the catalyst in spearheading what was going on, and other cats was like, yo, that's who I want to spit like. Like, yo, I would almost have to give it to Cube. And I love what Dre and Snoop did to carry it on. And Game came in and did some things. You got E40 out there, you got Cypress Hill out there. I mean, you got a lot of cats, but that brother came strong. That brother came strong. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for someone to make an argument to say, nah, I can't put Cube on that pedestal.
So here's go ahead.
I just want to slide in right quick. I will just read something too about Ice Cube, that when he left NWA, Jerry Heller stopped Dr. Dre from producing his first solo album.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just like, man, what if? You know, like, man, that album probably would have been way harder. You get what I'm saying?
It would have.
Man, you know, just stuff like that I think about.
He had to go to the East Coast and get some beats with Chino XL and them or whatever out there. So it's still the first album was still hard.
Facts.
I mean, with him being out of his element production wise, which just goes to his songwriting and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Mizzle, like I've heard Dash say, you know, Pac's the greatest, but all three of us didn't say that he was the best in the East Coast or the West Coast. So where does Pac rank?
Come on, man. That's what I be saying, because I ain't say you.
He ain't the greatest of the East Coast, and now we just said Ice Cube. So,
but he ain't. If you want me to pick, I can pick. He can be a greatest of either coast. But he's been back and forth. He grew up in New York, moved to Baltimore, then moved out to Marin City. And
I hear that, but you didn't pick him though.
So okay, then I'll do it like this, yo. If Pac was on the West, would I say Pac is the best out of the West?
Thank you. That's what I said earlier. Okay.
I don't know. Because Cube has put in so much time there, and it's like, yo, he got the roots there. He's influenced, but he's influenced more people on the West Coast than Pac, because Pac wasn't there. Do I think Pac overall is better than Cube? Yes. I love Cube. Cube's in my top 10, but not my top 5. But I cannot ignore the impact Cube had on the West Coast. Pac came in and did his thing with All Eyes, and that was dope. But yo, it does not inspire. He does not have the roots in the West like Cube does. Cube was involved in so many things. You can involve with stuff with Dre, Eazy-E, all the way up to Snoop, all the way over to Cypress Hill. There's just so many
that
people that he touched and influenced that it's like,
agree.
yo, Pac didn't.
Okay.
Pac's like a nomad then, huh?
I want to turn the page a little bit real quick.
He's the world's prophet.
I want to turn the page. I'm going to ask the question here. This one of my last, second to last question here. I'm going to go to Ira Dash. Who do you believe is the top storyteller of hip hop?
Oh,
I mean, in hip hop, we got a lot of great storytellers. I think we named some of them already. But when we talk about storytelling, which is a huge element in hip hop, who would you say is the GOAT of storytelling?
Man.
I'm glad he picked you first, player. I'm still thinking.
That's so tough because it's like you think of so many different rappers, man, who's great at that, man. Damn. But and I know this is gonna sound biased, but it is what it is. I think Big, man, is the greatest storyteller of all time, man. Honestly.
Okay.
Like he did pride himself on that. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Give Me the Loot was damn near a story.
Got a story to tell.
Got a story to tell. Me and My Bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit made you tune in. And you could just take it to life after death. Just shit from the intro. Somebody gotta die. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit just
intro.
It take your soul out. Like you know what I'm saying? So I just say, and honestly, man, Big was just so relatable. Everything he low-key was talking about was the things he was actually going throughout that time. And if we just want to be real, dog, like Big was low-key the greatest. He had the East Coast when he was rapping. He was the king of the East. He was the king of the East. Okay. That was just the reality. Everybody knew it was Big. It's because we know Bad Boy was the hottest label on the East. And Big actually brought East Coast back to me, in my opinion. But just Juicy, the way he just told his story on Juicy, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I was gonna say about him and Pop. They're both poets. You get what I'm saying? Like they both talk about, the environment they're in, which is the same environment. But let's just be real, they just come off different. They just come off completely different. You know what I'm saying? So the way I just hear Big poetry, man, it's just like, damn, you see everything he's saying, man. And I think that's beautiful to me.
Okay. Eikon Verse, who is your top storyteller?
It's hard for me, man, because it's like it's three people I go to when I want to listen to that type of music, and I just can't choose between the three. Like when it comes to Scarface, DMX, and Biggie, man, that's really hard, man. DMX was the truth, man. He really was, man. Like DMX was a monster at that, and I know people will reference like Slick Rick and stuff like that, but lyrically he ain't on a level. And I know for me now, with them three being I feel like the greatest. I feel like they only the greatest for right now, because Jordan Lucas will pass all of them up. Like he will. Jordan Lucas, if you go listen to back from Ross Capriano and go to all his catalog of what he had before he made it to the game with I'm Sorry and everything else, Happy Birthday, etc. All those songs are storytelling songs. To the Ice Frozen song or whatever, with the kid that got killed when he got killed on the bike, and the sobriety, drinking and driving and all of that. John Lucas is crazy, man. He's sick. And I think that by the end of his career, if there's barring no,
for sure,
I think that he will be. But I'm gonna have to go, man. I'm just gonna have to go. I'm just gonna have to go Big by default, man. That's hard over DMX and Scarface, but I'm just gonna go Big by default, bro.
Okay, fair enough. Dash D.U.B, your favorite when it comes to storytelling, which is a huge element to hip hop.
We're gonna say Benny Siegel.
I love Beans. Beans is dope. Beans, they got dope stories. I love Beans. But that's not what I'm gonna go with. Beans is dope. Beans got don't sleep on Beanie. For me, it's down to Scarface, Pac, and Nas.
Okay.
And I think Pac doesn't get as much credit for the storytelling, but what's Dear Mama? What's Brenda's Got a Baby?
Right.
What's Holla If You Hear Me? I just posted the lyrics from Holla If You Hear Me today. Like if that brother was marching right now. I mean, he got a lot of stuff, especially from Me Against the World. And I think a lot of people look towards All Eyes as this is the encompassing of who Pac really is. I would say that I wouldn't say that's not who he is, but I don't think that's the essence of Pac in that album.
That's
but
not who he is.
That's the most well known. So people's like, well, I'm pulling from this. This is who he is. I'm like, no, you didn't hear Apocalypse Now. You didn't really go through.
Right.
I mean, Me Against the World was basically all story.
His best album. That was
right.
His best
in my opinion, best album. So, but like I keep saying, Scarface the Diary. I was just listening to that. Oh man, Never Seen a Man Die. Mind Playing Tricks on Me 94. No Tears. Never Seen a Man. Ugh. I mean, it's Jesse James, G's, White Sheet. Like that's basically that whole album. It's called The Diary. It's nothing but stories. There ain't no club joint on there.
Right.
So who you saying?
And I can't dismiss what they
say.
Sound
like you saying Nas, man.
It's I'm probably going Pac. I'm probably going Pac.
Okay. All right. With that being said, leave us your comments below and let us know what you think. Last final question, you guys. I need to know, we're moving all the way up to the current day. Is Drake really the leader of the new school? I'm gonna start off with I'm gonna go right back to you, Dash D.U.B.
Say that one more time.
Is Drake, in your opinion, really the leader of the new school?
What's his time period?
Or is he overrated?
What's his time period on new school? What do you mean new school? From when to when? There's a time where he was dominant. I wouldn't say he's dominant now.
This current generation.
Nah, not right now. I mean, if you was talking like 2010 in that area, kind of before Kendrick and J. Cole got their footing, and now Joyner Lucas got their footing. Like back then, I may say it, but if we talking like right now, currently, or in the last 3 to 4 years, nah, man. Like real talk, I haven't been feeling them albums lately. Like you put out a lot of content, and I had to do a lot of skipping. G, I would have rather
soft B. Son and soft B.
What's that?
Son and soft B.
So I'm like, right now, nah. I don't think people are saying, yo, he's the leader. That's the one I'm going to. You know, I mean, you could equate it to the NBA. Like, yo, like Pat Bev said, yo, if LeBron said we playing.
We hooping, right?
Right, we hooping. And it's like, yo, I don't think people look at Drake like that anymore. They may look at a Kendrick or a J. Cole or somebody else like that, where it's like, yo, we playing ball. Okay, yeah, he said we playing ball, then we hooping. I don't think they look at Drake like that anymore, and I don't look at Drake like that anymore. I think he's fallen in the pack. A lot of other people caught up to what he's doing, and I've taken some of the things he's done and done it a little bit better.
All right, Eikon Verse. Do you believe Drake is that dude right now, or is he overrated?
No, he overrated. He for right now, like he a GOAT, period. Like he a GOAT. But for right now, no, man, listen. What's the main thing that street dudes complain about in the streets right now? Snitching. Tekashi 69, bro. It's the new wave, bro. It's the new wave, bro. To glorify the snitch, bro. It's Tekashi, bro. Look at the streams. Look at the numbers that he do. He ain't put out no albums, just all singles. It's about the snitches now. He the only person I know that can snitch, get a $10 million deal in jail, get out, get on tracks with Nicki and Eikon, and still not miss a beat. Put out Gooba, whatever the hell that is.
Right.
And still do international numbers better than Lil Baby and everybody, and he's still relevant. And I don't like him at all. So don't get that twisted.
Right.
I don't like him at all. I'm just saying, like, this is what the new artists like. This is the new dude.
That's the new, huh?
That's the new. Like, but Lil Baby definitely running the industry right now. No cap. He running it. Like, he getting on tracks with everybody. Whether you a lyrical artist or whatever, it don't matter. That's why he had to whoop Offset, because Offset didn't like it. So yeah, man, like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go by. I'm probably gonna have to say Lil Baby right now is the leader of the new school for right now. Drake had the last, right before this, But now I think Lil Baby is trying to get on his Thugger, his Lil Wayne right now, and he's running the game right now. It's just my opinion, but you know, yeah. Tekashi 69 though, numbers wise, Tekashi 69 is killing everybody.
Right.
Ira Dash, we're gonna have you finish this off. Is Drake overrated, or is he the leader of the new school?
I don't think Drake overrated, but I don't really think he the leader. This is like to Eikon Verse point, like Lil Baby do got this wave right now in terms of like this current thing, but I never thought Drake was the top nothing because I thought J. Cole was better than everybody, truth be told. You know, like in that era. You get what I'm saying? Because he grabbed the people the same way Nas did. You get what I'm saying? So I never looked at Drake as the biggest thing I respect about Drake is this. I respect the fact that every time somebody says something about Drake, he met resistance with resistance, meaning he was still dropping high quality music. You know what I'm saying? And like all his catalog was strong because of it. You know what I'm saying? So I do respect Drake for proving to people that he do have rap skills. And I'm not taking nothing from him because I do think he a GOAT. But you know, that's what I take out of his career, you know, just being that I followed his career. That's what I take out of it, man. Because, you know, take into consideration people were talking about how he's a singer, you know what I'm saying, how that it really playing into hip-hop at the time that he was coming out, hence Comment dissing him, and, you know, Pusha T dissing him. Everybody really dissing him, calling him a singer. But he always showed people that he can actually rap too. And he really showed people he can rap when Meek decided to tweet about Quentin Miller and Drake having a ghostwriter. And, you know, I think that right there is what made me respect Drake a great ton. And he proved that he is one of the top rappers in the game. But it's just, he lived that lifestyle. He said it best. He said, I live the lifestyle. People like Kendrick and Cole, man, they go to the crib after they, you know, do their shows and stuff like that. Like, he's actually outside with it. You know what I'm saying? So out of that class, that's why it would seem like he's the leader of anything. But, you know, in terms of content, I think J. Cole is really better than all of them.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I thank you for your time, and I thank you, gentlemen, for joining on today. Ira Dash, please let the people know what you've been on, my brother.
Oh, man, just recording and working on a two-sided project, a side A, side B project entitled Sipping Dark, Writing Dark Poems. It's coming out in September. I really just been working on it for about a year and a half, honestly, man. Just making sure that everything with the business is in place. You know, considering I got my own label, you know, I just want to do everything the right way. You know, but
what's the name of the label?
Raw Sound. Raw Sound, baby. Raw Sound. But I do have a single out right now entitled Not Too Oldest. It's on all streaming services right now. It's really my first single out. It came out sometime last year. But I'm coming out with another single in another month and another video. So just be looking forward to that, man. I'm gonna be promoting heavy soon.
And where can they find you?
On Facebook, you can find me at Ira Dash Howard. On Instagram, you can find me at Dash Time. Twitter is Ira Dash. And yeah, that's about it. So again, oh no, my YouTube is Ira Dash as well. So man, just hit me.
Okay, well, I appreciate you taking the time today, bro. Eikon Verse, let the people know what you've been working on, bro.
Man, I've been working on a lot, man. This year alone, I had to actually take a break for a little bit because I'm an engineer, so I done engineered like 14 albums for different artists already this year, and then I've done I did 2 of my solo albums this year, and I did 2 group albums this year with like feature with another person this year. So I did 4 albums this year, and then I've shot 5 videos this year. So it's a lot. I've been working, man. I just had to take a little bit of a break and get myself back on track, and then came back from my break and did an album in 12 hours with my team. And like, so Dash heard it. I sent it to Dash right away for his approval, see what he thought. So yeah, man, I just been working, man. That's the story of my life. I work. Music is my life.
What's the name of the studio?
Studio 4117, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's 4117 is the address. You know, that's that 4117 or Green Bay Avenue. So like if you see right there, that's the wall. Yeah. But
okay.
Yeah. So
most definitely.
But yeah, I record a lot of people in Milwaukee, man. So
how did the people find you, my bro?
Instagram, I am Eikon Verse. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything. I am Eikon Verse, every platform. YouTube, you can go on there, look up any music. Spotify, iTunes, Spotify, Tidal. I got 4 projects on there. So
and that's Eikon with the E, right?
Yeah, Eikon, 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 Eikon. So Verse.
And that's what's up.
Yeah.
So once again, I appreciate y'all taking the time. I'm the boy Mizzle to the Jizzle. I got my man Dash D.U.B here as well. Please tune in to Radio 22 to listen more. Talk 22 on the other episodes, as well as all the other programs that we have available for you. Also tune into the show Thug Love. Also tuning in every Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sunday night. You tune in, catch your boy. So other than that, I appreciate y'all taking the time. Once again, this is Mizzle to the Jizzle, Talk 22. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.